Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, or evening, or night. It's morning where I am when I recorded this released. Today, we are going to look at PC Building Simulator. You know what PC Building Simulator is? This is a game where you run a tech shop. Your uncle left you a tech shop. I believe that's how the story goes. I played a little bit of it. And not only are you handling tasks, you also have the ability to build PCs and follow various side quests, I will call them. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, and now we are in the game. I actually had a little bit of an issue as I was recording something else. So I turned on the PC just to check it out in terms of getting a software that we can purchase here. Anyways, this is our little workshop. As we see here, we have a little corridor, we have our shelf, and we have one workbench right now. And as we play the game, we'll be able to buy more and more workbenches. Eventually, we'll be able to also buy a PC storage cupboard. This little box right here is our first job. Looks like it's scanned, and we're going to remove some viruses. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and check out our PC. To go to the PC, if you look at the bottom, if you look at the bottom there, you can see that to use the PC, we left click. So go ahead and left click, open up my email, and I can see our very first job, remove the viruses, and also the quick summary, the story of the game. Our Uncle Tim gave us a shop where we are, as of right now, an employee, and we are going to go through. We're playing on hard mode, so we do get a little bit less money than we would if we were playing on normal. And as time progresses, we'll get more and more jobs. I picked up the PC. To pick up the PC, it's right click, put it down, left click. So we're going to start working on this PC. As you can see here, it's a pretty neat little PC. The power button's right there for when we're ready. However, to start things off, let's go ahead and plug in all the cables here. Now on normal mode, while you're going through the cables, you get a highlight to show where these cables go. On hard mode, we don't have that. Which, luckily, I know where USB and HDMI ports are jammed. Otherwise, I might have a little bit of an issue there. I'll go ahead and press I, open up my inventory here, click on the USB drive. Click on the virus scanner here, and it'll go through, install the virus scanner. Oh, so there's a little bit of a slowdown there. You must restart your computer for your changes to take effect. Restart now. The virus scanner, start scanning. $233 infected files. Took 3 seconds to scan. Yes, let's clean the files, and the cleaning was instantaneous. That's it. Now, as we go through, we do get additional requests with our job. Virus scanning or cleaning dust becomes a secondary requirement. On top of repairing the PC, might not be working. So it's always a good habit. Go through, check your email, make sure that we have 100% completed this. They're not giving us any other clue for us to get a good rating. And to be done with this, we don't need to power it down or anything. We'll just go ahead and yank it out of the wall, put it down, go back to the PC, and alright, we finished our very first job. We got a new email from our Uncle Tim here, telling us about new software that he uploaded for us, including on our phone. But while we're here, I want to show you guys the shop. Now the shop is where we will spend most of our precious funds here, right in the top right corner. As you can see here, we made $100 on that last job there. And in the shop, this is where we will buy new parts, repair parts, and so forth. To start off with, it's a pretty small stock shop. We don't have a whole lot of selection to pick from right now, but as we level up, we'll go ahead and expand the inventory We can also buy tools and software to make our life a bit easier. Auto connect. This allows us to have all the cables automatically plug in. The auto screw, which we'll see a bit better there. But while we're moving parts and components around, some of these things do become a bit tedious, where the auto tools will make it a lot easier. To the right here, we have our calendar. I'll go ahead and click on it, and we can see here, we are currently on the 1st of January in 2018. On the 10th and the 25th, we have a couple bills to pay, our utilities, and our rent. So with that, let's go ahead, go to the door here, and end our first day. End day. And we'll go back. And first thing first, we'll go ahead, check out our PC, go to our emails here. And we see here, we now have 4 additional emails. Very first one. Looks like Gary, the one that we just fixed the virus for. Looks like he is pretty appreciative of what we've done. Looks like we have Gemma here, who wants us to install a brand new hard drive, 500 gigabyte. So we'll go ahead and hit accept. And while we're doing this, I'll go ahead and also open up the shop and put into the cart what we need. So go ahead, add that to the cart, $50. One thing I did want to mention is right in the top right corner here on this window, when I added the hard drive to the cart, we can see that we now got $80. That's currently in the cart. Reason for that is shipping, which is why it's better to have the cart and then buy things all at once rather than buy things per task. Buy a hard drive now, buy another stick of RAM later, you're paying additional in delivery. Whereas you can have a massive cart and you're paying the same amount you would in delivery. A little bit more bang for your buck there. And right up here, we see we are replacing a graphics card. We are going to install a minimal machine GeForce GTX 970. I'll go ahead and accept this. Now we're going to open up the shop. One thing you've noticed is that I actually minimized the window. The reason for this is I could just switch between the two of them. I used to close up the window and I would then have to reopen it back up. Whereas I could just go to the taskbar right down there. So go ahead and type in machine. We see here we need a GeForce GTX 970. Add that to the cart. And this one right here. Looks like we have another remove the virus and clean up the dust. Accept. And one cool thing with this game is, even if we are going to go negative in our balance, we do not receive a overdraft fee of any form until I believe it's 3,000, might be 1,000, one of two there. So in this case, $345 for everything. We have $85 available. But now we are now negative $260. Account overdrawn. Overdraft limit of 1,000. There we are. One thing you need to note too is, and I do this on the first day, so shame on me, but we should get into the habit of turning off the lights whenever we leave. Just think of this as your house, right? You exit, you leave your home, go ahead and turn off the lights. Don't be a little scumbag there. Turn it off. That will keep our utility bill nice and low. End of day, we see we have 3 tasks that's coming in tomorrow. I'll go ahead and end the day. And as we see here, turn on the lights. Our shipment has arrived. And we now have our first couple tasks. So first thing first, we're going to go ahead and remove the case. To remove the case, we have these little power screws here on the side. And as you can see, the very first thing we want to do is remove the virus and clean up the dust on this PC. That's our first job of the day here. To clean the PC, make sure we hit the compressed air. Once everything's clean, we now get that little green box there that says clean out dust. That's in. Go ahead, put the side cover back on. Screw it in. And we'll go ahead and plug in the USB drive, start uploading the garbage scanner. Had a little burn part there. Plug everything into its correct places. Once we get the auto connect tool, this will be a lot easier. And we'll go ahead and start powering on the PC bench. And this is where the second workbench comes into it. Is that while we're doing things that require CPU power on it and whatnot, we can be working on the second PC. Move over, work on that. But back to this. Back to the virus scanner. Restart the PC scanner. Yank it out. Place it down, and we'll go ahead and move to this one. Alright, so for this one, we are going to replace this graphic card and install a new one. So to begin that, we're going to go ahead and remove this PCI lock. Remove all the screws on it. That comes off. Now we can go ahead and remove that. Install graphics card. This one. Plug it in. Close it back down. And while we're doing this here, I actually didn't do on this one. But once we plug in the graphics card, probably start putting in all the cables. We're gonna start powering it on there. Because the boot up does take a little bit of time. This way we're not watching a screen load while we only have one workbench. You know, at first I was pretty skeptical on playing this game, but since then I do have 18, 20 hours I think now on this, so I'm not too incredibly in-depth as some other people in the community, but this is a pretty neat little game that, for whatever reason, will keep you playing for hours on end, even though you tell yourself you're going to only play for an hour. Next thing you know, 6 hours in, and you're really dreading your life because you're just plugging and unplugging cables and screws. But that's a bit of the charm of the game. Get up, yank it out of the wall, and drop it right over there. This one we are upgrading the hard drive. So one thing with this game is that, as you notice, there's a couple of different colors for highlights. Yellow is basically telling you that I need to do something before we can go ahead and actually pop in this hard drive. Green allows me to do it, and really what it's saying is that I need to pull out the PCB there. Drop it in, grab the cable, find the cable. Okay, close the PC bay there. Start powering it on with plugging in all the cables. Go ahead, rip this right out the wall, and pop it down right there. With that, we'll go ahead and go to our email here. First thing first, select on that. And as we finish that job, we now have new parts. So we see here we can get another graphics card, the little tag GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. Select on this one. more new parts and go ahead and sell them. Look at that. We went ahead and leveled up. We are now whopping level 2. We do have additional parts there. I can also purchase the auto connect tool once I get the funds for that. But for now, we'll go ahead and call that a day.